Hello, folks. This is the last bit of Bloodstained stuff I'll be doing before the actual release. I got this beta backer demo like, over a year ago, I think. And I didn't show it on stream or anything because, one, I wasn't sure if we were allowed to. And two, I was just trying to enjoy it. Like, you know, it was hard for me to talk about because, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. I figured this close to release, even if it wasn't fine before, it's probably fine now, so let's try this out. Oh yeah, I gotta clear that. Clear my old file, sure. So just from what I've played and it's been a while since I've played.
The Industrial Revolution
just from what I played in this,
ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass. But not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died, and though the Church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived. Jebel, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years had passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jebel is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual, Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle. Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
Neat. So as you might tell from the description, well, if you watch on YouTube, probably be in the description, but whatever. This will be coming out June 18th? What's today? Is it the 11th? Whatever, it's next Tuesday. Yeah, the 18th.
Johannes, are you certain it was...
It was Jebel's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
I know. I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to... There's no forgiving it.
Hey, Snarl, how's it going?
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If
Hey, that's good to
Jebel is
hear.
responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
No, I'm gonna kill Jebel. I
I'm
am.
the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
You said put it on. Press start, yeah. Equipment items can be viewed under equipment under main menu, blah blah blah. Select the slot to change equipment, blah blah blah. Iron can be equipped by clicking from the list, blah blah blah. Yeah, with the Kung Fu shoes are great, actually.
Good. You're prepared. The next order of business is to...
Arrow.
I'll take care of it.
And this is basically how your souls system from some of the GBA games. Like you'd kill an enemy, sometimes the soul would pop out, and you would get be able to use that power. Shard, a crystallized form of demon power. It cannot be handled by an ordinary human being. Trigger shard. Press Y to trigger projectile magic. Consumes MP. Cerulean splash. Shoots a water bolt that rebounds the surface. Okay.
Is that a shard?
I'd forgotten the way it felt. Like uninvited claws scraping across my bones.
Is there such thing as invited claws?
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded in your body. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually, the crystal will devour you.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
I know my body's limits better than anyone, and I'm going to need all the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
Uh-oh.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll wipe the deck with them.
So now it's time to play for reals. And your MP just regenerates. It's not like the hearts of old. Candles can drop a mana rose when destroyed. A mana rose is a magical rose that slightly replenishes MP. It does regenerate, so, you know, not a big deal otherwise. We have a knife too, but this is nice and quick. Oh, if you stand, I think you stand. No, never mind. I thought if you stood long, if there was like a animation or something. Consumable items. We found a potion.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
There are certain doors that are opened by holding Miriam's arm in front of it. Tilt the right stick. This looks so good. You see, the whole thing is the reason this came about on Kickstarter as opposed to something else, like a big publisher or whatever. It's the whole thing of, you know, people don't want to play these kind of games anymore. They want to play the Calls of Duty and stuff like that. People wouldn't like a Symphony of Night game anymore. Like, it's bullshit. I've put so much money into this game. I'm a $125 backer. And even though it won't be a backer version, I also bought, and yes, you love loving this, I even bought the Switch version, even though it won't be a backer version, which is fine, because it just gives me a chance to play Switch on the go, or, you know, I really, really, really want this to succeed. Like, so badly. Not just because I want a good game and because I've put so much money into it, but it's one of those things where it's like, you would hope it sends some sort of message. It probably won't, because video game execs always think they know what's best, and it's hard to argue when they make so much money despite everything. But I think it's important to try and preserve video games in general as a form of art, right? Like, you know, there's been this debate for a while as to whether video games can be considered art or something like that. I mean, it's a visual and audio medium that's meant to be consumed. It's an art. It's interactive art, right? Oh yeah, I see it. And I don't want something like this to. Oh, cool. I feel the same about the Zelda series at the moment because it does plan on making more entries like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I like the more ones that are overhead better myself. But I mean, I had a good time with Breath of the Wild. I don't mind the 3D ones, but I'd rather have more of the top-down ones. And directional shard, press our cast magic in the direction. Fire a cannon. So we just aim like this. Oh, that was one we're supposed to get. Oh wait, there we go. Kaboom! Opened the path for us. I think this is why I find such value in older games and older game styles, right? Like clearly, Bloodstained is not an old game, but it's a new game based on an old idea, the Metroidvania style game, the game that you know, the game type that I don't know if Symphony of the Night birthed it. I don't want to, you know, speak out of ignorance, but it's the one that everybody remembers, and that's a game from 99 or was it 97? Something like that, late 90s. So it's been like 20 years, maybe 20 plus. People still want to play these, and we're not talking just like, you know, just old fogies like myself that grew up playing these kinds of games and whatnot, right? Like there's like people that have never played Symphony of the Night that want to play this, and that's so good to hear. I mean, it doesn't really matter the reason why. Whether it's you just think it sounds good, it looks good, you know, you think the gameplay is tight on it, it's fun. You like the idea of there being a cool, strong female protagonist. Whatever your reason is, there's a lot of reasons to want to cheer for a game like this, or you know, other games like it. Wait, I forget the... There we go. Revel up! Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Yeah. I need... Like... Yeah, there was something interesting I read the other day where, Koji Igarashi, the guy that's, you know, the mastermind behind Symphony of the Night, and who's the mastermind behind this now, said he wouldn't be opposed to going back to Konami, but only for 2 games, because there was 2, because for the longest time he had 2 games, 2 more Castlevania games planned that were like based around Aria of Sorrow, and he wanted to finish out the series. And so his big thing is, you know, just to finish the story he wanted to tell. And I think that's really cool. Like, I don't know if I actually want him to do that or not. Like, if it helps him complete a story, then cool. I mean, I don't think Konami will ever actually do it anyway, because Konami has just lost its way, and it's just another soulless corporate entity. It's been like that for a while, but I mean, like, you know. I'm not a fan of the whip in this, by the way. It does have an interesting area of attack, but... And you don't get the big what shape was it, a dodecahedron, whatever, in Symphony of the Night, but she gets to sit on a nice little couch and stuff to save. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what everybody else thinks about the idea of Iga wanting to go back to Konami, at least long enough just to complete the story he wanted to tell with Aria of Sorrow, because, like, he often talks about Symphony of the Night being, you know, obviously his most popular game, but a lot of times he alludes to Aria of Sorrow being his favorite game he's ever done. And if you've never played it, it's really good. It's the best of the GBA Castlevanias, in my opinion. It's the most true to form to Symphony of the Night, I guess. And did it introduce the soul system like in this, or Circle of the Moon had the cards, although you can find souls for that. Oh well, oh yeah, you can pose by holding up, depending on the weapon you have, I guess. Might as well, you get the stuff back. Over time, anyway. But like the biggest inspiration for this game isn't... I mean, a big chunk of it does come from Symphony of the Night, yes. But from my experience, and considering how much he loves the game, my guess is that the biggest inspiration for this game comes from Aria of Sorrow instead. Oh wait, I didn't check out that room. Oh wait, that's because I can't jump high enough. Yeah, Aria is awesome, and Selma was a cool character. I kind of like this whole arc in the end where he's like, "Oh crap, I think I might be Dracula now" or something, and like even had his face portrait changed and everything. It was really cool. In fact, Aria of Sorrow was when the Kickstarter for this was still going on, instead of playing Symphony of the Night to kind of get the word out about Bloodstained, I was playing Aria of Sorrow, and little did I realize at the time of how more on the nose that might have been. Total accident, I assure you. It's not like I'm some... I'm not a whatever. Somebody that predicts things. I'm not Nostradamus, I'm Nostradamus. Get down, you pricks. Tentacle monsters. Oi. Did that block it? Seriously? But it's nothing against the other two GBA games, which were what, Circle of the Moon and was it Harmony of Dissonance? Or Harmony of Dissonance something else? Is that the? I'm getting my names mixed up because there was one that was Castlevania HD that was on 360 and stuff. Was that Harmony of Dissonance, or am I thinking of something else? Harmony of Despair? Harmony of Despair might have been the HD one. Sure thing, Stella. Okay, I guess we can switch up and use something else for a bit, just for funsies. Dull blood. Oh, you know what? We have a big katana. Taste of my blade. Ow! Oh, that worked out poorly. Yeah, the dull blade is pretty crap. Like, now I remember why I wasn't using it before. No, let's try rapier, sure, why not? Like, I know what I like in this already, but I figure just for the sake of, if you like certain kinds of weapons, maybe it'd be cool if I show off, like, some of them. So this is just your basic pokey weapon. It's kind of like Alucard's basic attack. With swords or whatever. I'm playing very sloppy. Was it Harmony? Well, what was the one on the GBA then? I always get these mixed up, and it's really, really sad. And by the way, like her appearance, well, at least her headgear will change depending on what you're wearing. Also, her scarf will, I believe. I don't think her armor does, though, unless they change that in the full version. Oh yeah, now we have a gun. Now, here's how guns work. Guns have infinite ammo. They're thinking, well crap, why don't I just use it? All the time. Well, if you've ever played What was the first time a gun appeared? Was it Ario Saru? But anyway, guns have unlimited ammo, true, but they have crap attack power. This is no different, and it's slow, but it is cool. Oh, and she can also get a cowboy scarf and a cowboy hat that increases her skill with guns. So yeah, very weak. In fact, you can get that hat and scarf in this beta demo. It's weird to call it beta demo, but I mean, because a beta, I think, is like, you know, it's supposed to be the full game of something, but it's like it's not quite ready for full release. But this is longer than most demos, so this is a beta demo. Yeah, the knife is very short range. Stabby, stabby. It's a basic swipe attack. You might be remembering right. I honestly don't remember. I know Jackson will yell at me when he hears this, because I think that's his favorite one on GBA. And it was one he was wanting me to do, but I never did. You mind looking that up? That's going to really bother me. I mean, I can stop for a second to look it up, but I'm really curious now. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Get back to my shoes. Definitely no... Really? I gotta... Oh, I never got that before. Nice. Boy, that's quite a bit. Intelligence... Well, intelligence doesn't go down. It's just the hairband gives you intelligence. Huh. I didn't find it before. Neat. Cute. In a weird sort of way. Okay, so they're both called Harmony. I had that right. So it was Harmony of Dissonance. It's just the other one is Harmony of Despair, the 360 one, or whatever. Well, 360, PS3, you know what I mean. Did it ever come out anything else like PC? Probably not. Where was the co-op one? Okay, they're both... Yeah, I don't like that they're both Harmony. Boo. Don't do that. Oh shit, we got a fire hat. I forgot about this. I mean, it's crap, but we'll wear it for a bit. Or it could have to compare to what we got. Monster bird here. Yeah, this is just a game that just feels great. The gameplay is wonderful. Like just think Symphony of the Night, but better. With the free aiming and stuff like that. That's fun. It feels better in modern controllers. Do I want to do that here? This is speaking as someone that just completed a run of Symphony of the Night not too long ago. Again, to kind of commemorate the release of upcoming release of Bloodstained. So now we got a spear. The spear is pretty decent as far as I remember. It's just pokey. A little slow, but you know, pokey. Yeah, I mean, it's Harmony of Despair is what it is. I mean, it's still fun to play, but it's not like, you know, I wouldn't rank it among the greats or anything, for sure.
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
What a voice.
Jeeble, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
Check out this cool helmet I found.
How does
you like
it
it?
not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us?
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are. Very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel. What it's like to no longer be human.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you. I was the one that came to you broken. Convinced I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
Master Jeeble, we must return.
Yes.
So is that the final boss from Curse of the
Miriam,
Moon?
I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen.
You know, I haven't actually gone through nightmare mode, so I don't know. I'm just going off the end boss of the main mode, so I mean, you're probably right.
Come, Gremory. We're leaving.
Jeeble, wait!
Yeah, it's definitely a good time to replay it. It felt good to replay it a bit ago when I did. Boobs. Oof! Oi! Ooh, I'm gonna die because I'm an idiot. Why am I not dead? Oh, there I go. Well, that's embarrassing. I didn't die when I did this a while back. Of course, because I'm recording it now, it's when I'm doing absolutely terrible. But I should be using the spear anyway. It's kind of weak. Well, okay, it's not weak. It's just the DPS is like low. Really, I'm better off with just my shoes. Actually, is the claymore?
Yeah!
Let's say it's. Yeah, it's slow. Just give me the kung fu shoes. Yeah. Oh, I definitely plan on checking out Nightmare Mode. At least at some point. Maybe not before the release of Bloodstained, because I'm like, just because like I don't want to burn myself out.
We're leaving.
Because the moment it comes out, it's gonna be like the only thing I play.
Jeeble, wait! Ow!
Ow! God damn! Why am I? Wow! Wow! What is wrong with me? I had no problem with this off camera. months ago. When I was brand new to this and I didn't know what to expect. Man, I am terrible. Well, that would help a little bit. Some higher defense. I didn't equip... Oh. Equipping equipment helps. Really, Buff. I don't get what my problem is, though. Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't remember the boss, like, being this, quite this vicious. I'm just being a dumb, I guess. Do I have a potion? I should probably just go ahead and use my potions. There we go. Stop being a dumb. It's really embarrassing. There we go. Stop being an idiot, you'll be fine. And now they're a part of me. Swing tentacle! And yes, it's actually a pretty good move in this.
Just a flicker. That was the Jeeble I know. I will put a stop to all this.
Now the old demo we got, this is where it stopped. So I was like, that's all I was expecting out of this. And then you see this, and it's like, you're like, oh, that's it. But then
we're here.
Was this a village? What happened to it?
They've moved faster than we hoped. Miriam, we have to hurry. This was where we were supposed to meet our contact.
All right. But wait. Let me clear the area. There are still demons about.
But you get to play even more now. Well, I mean, this is like just like, you know, a while ago, but still. When do you get the double jump? You get the double jump in this demo, but I forget where. Then you can explore the rest of the ship. I'm gonna equip the spear now, so I can get pokey at a distance.
Promise you'll be careful. Just hope that she's still safe.
So when this game comes out proper, I'm gonna be like streaming this whenever I can. When I'm not working, I'm not busy with something else, I'm gonna be streaming and recording it. At least through one playthrough. But there's supposed to be a ton of modes. In fact, it's even supposed to have a roguelike mode. You should see all the modes that are supposed to come out for this. That they did during the, or they incentivized during the Kickstarter. They have this mode, they have 2 other characters you can play as, including Zangetsu, and another one's not confirmed yet, although it's probably the vampire, the Alucard stand-in. Again, probably voiced by Robbie Belgrade, but I'm not sure. Wah!
Oh, thank you, Miriam. You know who I am. And that means...
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner, Dominique.
So this is our contact.
Yes, the church sent me. As you can see, I know a thing or two about expelling demons.
Do you? Because we killed that last one, but okay.
Exorcist. And we're lucky to have you, Dominique.
And the church you, Miriam. Thank you for guiding her here, Johannes.
You wouldn't have asked if it wasn't important. But you should tell us why you need her. Miriam isn't one to shy away from danger, but she deserves to be armed with all the facts.
Yes, very well. I told you when I contacted you that the Shardbinder Jebel is responsible for summoning the castle.
Yes, there's no mistake about that. He admitted as much.
What? You spoke to him?
Then
Yeah.
let me get right to the point. I find it curious that the outpouring of demons, facilitated by one Shardbinder, just happens to coincide with the sudden awakening of the other Shardbinder after exactly 10 years.
You're right, it is strange. But the church doesn't get to drag Miriam into this just because the timing is odd.
Oh, do you decide for her then? I asked you to bring her here so she could see the horrors that have befallen the village and make an informed choice. I have no intention of forcing you, Miriam.
You don't have to. I gave Jebel my word that I would stop him. What happened here only strengthens my resolve.
Thank you, Miriam. I am sorry to put it on your shoulders.
Pardon me? Oh, hello there. Are you all right? We didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm all right, thank you.
You are quite welcome. Do you have a name?
Not Maria.
What a lovely name. Anne, you shouldn't be out here. Let me take you somewhere safe.
Oh, all right.
Come on, this way.
Oops. I forget what I was going to say in the middle of that.
I
Hello.
did some looking around before, and this place seems secure.
Yes, agreed.
Johannes, you, Anne, and I will remain here. We can assist Miriam from safe ground.
What? We can't ask her to brave the castle alone?
Don't be foolish. She is trained in combat. Are you? We would
No.
only get in the way.
That's not the point.
I'll be fine, Johannes. Please don't worry.
All right. But we'll be
Everybody
here
get a
if you
bunch of
need us.
guns. You can help.
Let's not waste any time. We have a lot to do.
Everybody can just take pot shots at the
Come
castle.
back if you need anything. I'll get a workshop running so I can perform alchemy for you.
Thank you, Johannes.
I know you're strong, but be careful.
I will.
She looks really weird, by the way. Just saying. Yeah. Okay, we already done everything that way. So, okay, so what we have... well, we'll just go over here first. What we have over to the right...
Ah, here she is. You have to marvel at the church's resources. Look at what they've provided for us.
A creepy basement.
I
Neat.
know, it's incredible.
So, what I can do for you here in the workshop is take materials you bring me and transmute them into new items. But the alchemy is easier to show you than explain. Here, I have some materials we can use. So let's try transmuting them.
Okay.
So, what'll it be?
So I craft the thing. And you take the bat feather and the melting
I'll
bone.
go with this.
And it makes a potion.
There, all done.
Ain't that neat? So yeah, there is crafting in this. It seems like it's like a requirement for any game these days to have crafting. But this is fine. I mean, it's nothing terribly complex, and they do it for you. You have to be at a shop. I'm totally okay with this. So there's tons of stuff you can make. And this is just the beta, right? Yeah, gunman scarf, cowboy hat, increases firing rate, increases power of firearms, you know, cool stuff. Shoot, I can make it. Alright, make it. I'm not sure which is better, but you know what? We're gonna make better armor.
I'll go with this.
Ooh, I like it.
Do you? Because it has boob plates on it. The cute beast beret, witch's hat. I don't think I got the witch's hat. That's probably cute. Bunny boots. These have a lot of attack. What do we need for that? Demon dog skin. Wait, no, that's for kung fu boots. Lethal boots, cute beast beret, ruby. Okay, so you need quite a bit of stuff for that. And of course, you can just sort by this. We have nowhere near enough stuff. Prepare. Now, you'll know, like, all this food will, I think it heals you? Does it actually heal you? I'm not sure, actually. But anyway, the first time bonus you see over there is a permanent bonus the first time you eat a particular food. So the first time that we have lemon cream pie, we get a permanent +5 intelligence. So that's cool. Mac and cheese. It seems off because it's made with I don't know, why does it seem off? What's mocha leak? Well, whatever. You can enhance shards that you already have. And then you can like break apart crap to get other materials. But you have to have alkahest, which is a desynthesis material.
Once I've transmuted an item, I'll pass it on to Dominique, so she can carry it at the supply post for you. I'll do my best to inform you of what items you can make from what materials. But when it comes to items I don't know about, you'll have to find a formula for me and bring it here.
I understand.
Also, the demon crystal you've obtained, the shards, those can be transmuted the same way as items. Each shard requires specific materials, but it's worth it to make your shards more useful. Try it when you get the chance.
I think I will.
Also, neither one of us has been eating well. No wonder, considering the struggle we've been through to survive. If you bring me the ingredients, I can use alchemy to prepare meals for us. With proper nutrition and a varied diet, you have the potential to get much stronger.
Picking a new food for the first time will provide Miriam with a stat boost. And the save room. Oh, and by the way, this apparently will even have inverted castle, or at least some sort of mechanics to turn the castle upside down, or do anti-grav or something like that. Because I saw it's in one of the videos, or at the end of one of the, you know, demonstration videos, or whatever you want to call it. Where at the very end, Miriam's running into a room, and then like it flips upside down, and then she keeps going.
Miriam, welcome. Since this is your first time here, let me tell you a little bit about the supply post.
Please.
I have made arrangements so you can buy and sell items here. I would have liked to provide what you need for free, but seeing as we are largely cut off from the church's funds out here, I will need money in order to keep the supply post stocked. I hope you don't mind paying.
No, I understand. I appreciate you doing what you can.
I can also buy shards from you, if you no longer need them.
Wait, is trade in demon shards even allowed?
Yeah, that seems weird.
The church would sooner gather them up and make certain they are purified. I am not permitted to sell them, but I can buy them off you. You may want to keep extras, since possessing multiple shards of the same type amplifies its power, but there is a limit to how far that can go.
So when you collect multiple, so we could go kill more of those squid monsters from before that gave us the water ball attack, and if we keep collecting shards for it, it'll get stronger, to a point.
More importantly, if you carry a large number of shards, your body's corruption.
So I'm not sure how that comes into play, but that's kind of interesting to me. I hope it's not terribly annoying.
But I'll find a way to deal with that myself.
I still recommend selling your shards as a means of making money.
All right. I know you're looking out for me.
I think that explains everything. Now, would you like to have a look around? What are you looking to buy?
Do you have any food starting off? You do, but I forget what I need for my first one. Not a whole lot I want right now.
Oh, I forgot to give this to you. It's the key to the building. You can use it to explore further in. Thank you.
Cool.
I invited the other survivors inside where it's safe. They all have troubles that need resolving, if you can spare them the time.
Side
I'll
quest!
do what I can. I know you will. Come back anytime. I'll be praying for you.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help. Hello.
Oh, thank you for helping me, miss. You're really brave.
So I'm not sure what this is all
What is all
about.
this machinery?
Oh. Oh.
That is photographic equipment we've been working on.
Photographic?
To put it more plainly, it allows me to capture images of real life, landscapes, people.
What? Really? Can I try it?
Unfortunately, I don't have the silver bromide I need.
So I'm not sure what that does, but that's interesting. I don't know if I ever found. I don't know if you can find silver bromide in this or not. Okay, let's go check something real quick, so I can demonstrate the food thing.
Hi, Miri. So, what'll it be?
Okay, what do we need for like the easiest thing? Okay, give me a lemonade, or yeah, give me a lemon.
Come back anytime.
Also, since even though it sounds stupid, I don't remember if food actually restores health from this.
Hello.
You do have lemons, right?
What are you looking to buy?
Whoops.
Is this right? Many thanks. Thank you.
This lemon will help me defeat evil.
Are you eat? So, what'll it be?
So prepare.
I'll go with this.
I'm gonna make a
Great.
lemonade.
Come back if things start. What are we transmuting
Huh?
this time?
Oh, whoops.
Back anytime.
I done goofed. Now we need to go get hurt and see if it is in our inventory, right? We don't just consume it immediately. Okay, I honestly did not remember. Oh yeah, side quest.
You there? It was awful. Those monsters came out of nowhere. We ran for dear life.
Where are the others?
Dead, most of them. My dear husband included. Those devils have to pay. Those murderers. You look strong, miss. I'm begging you. Help me.
If it's within my power.
Oh, thank you. My name's Lindsay. What's yours?
Miriam.
Well, Miriam, I'll gather whatever information I can about the monsters that wronged us. I want you to hunt down the monsters and take vengeance on them. The efforts won't go unrewarded, I promise you that.
All right. I'll do it.
Right then.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Huh? 8 more monsters. And you get a potion for
My
doing it.
husband rest in peace. Kill that murderer dead!
I like how she's just into it, like motherfuckers, go kill him. Oh. Like, I'm okay with this. We gotta go kill monsters. We'll just do it here because why not? Ow! Well, that got me hurt anyway. I don't think it matters what we kill. Return trip should be good enough. Die, die, die. There you go. Good boy. Head back. Oh yeah, I didn't test the thing. Right.
Scrumptious.
So now it takes less time to permanently for MP to recover, so that's nice. It's a little faster now.
Got any targets for me?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. You're abandoning your current hunt.
Wait, what?
Have you
No,
been
shouldn't it have been...
Here's what
Oh,
I've
damn it.
turned up on the monsters. Help my hunt.
Did I press the wrong button? Damn it. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay, we'll go do it again. Do I just, like, collect the thing? Wait a minute. I think you do it in a weird way. No, not available yet. It's coming out next week, as a matter of fact. Next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. This is the backer beta. Well, backer beta demo. I know it sounds weird, but trust me. That released about a year ago. And everybody that was at the $60 level and above for the Kickstarter got this. I myself am a $125 backer. I really want this to succeed. Oh wait, more, not just monsters. No wonder I was goofing. Cool. Okay, so another trip there and back will do it. Well, this trip there and back. Wait, you know what I mean. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Snell. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I forgot to equip my shards. Cerulean Spire, affecting it now. Directional bone throat now. So that's gotta be trigger. I don't know why I didn't try that one first, but yeah. Hey, this is nice and cheap. This is expensive, of course, but I mean it's pretty strong. Yeah, it clears the screen more or less. It's pretty good. It's a big FU button. Okay, now we should be good. Oh, whatever. Can't drop through?
Got any targets for me?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. Good work. Here's your reward.
Woo! High pot. Anything else? Probably not.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Visit of the Rosary, Hunt 3 Dullahair, Garamond, Sabnox. So we'll come back for this stuff later. We'll go ahead and
My
activate it
little
all.
sister Rosalie, rest in peace. Kill those murderers dead.
She is super
Have
into
you
it.
learned anything?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. Help my neighbor Lisa rest in peace. Kill those murderers dead.
Got any targets?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. Help my cousin Annette rest in peace. Kill those murderers dead!
Damn. And away we go. Switch weapons, methinks. You know, we'll go with the Claymore for a bit. If I can do it without getting myself killed. Stay down. Oi? Can't get through that way. And what's up here? Oi? Oh, well, whatever. I forget what's up there. I think you can get to that in this demo. I think. Thank you. Wait, do those do anything? Probably not. Actually, they do. And now we have elf ears, because why not? Ouch. Oh, wait, get down here. Raging Gale generates a shockwave that tears apart enemies. Cool. I forget if this is any good. Wait, whoops. Oh, okay, it's just a shockwave. Hello. Okay, claymore, not my bag. So back to the shoes. A better spear, though. Can't get through that way. I always got done using the spear, but this one's like pretty strong. I forgot that you got it like that soon. Oh yeah, I know where that leads. Oi! I need to clear a room, damn it. There we go. It's like a better dagger, I believe. I'm just gonna let, like, I was thinking about just cutting this into 2 parts or whatever, but I'm just gonna let this one run. Or should I? Oh, don't worry, you can move that so you can get underneath here. There's stuff. But I wonder what's on the other side. And this is the path we were on before. Just complete that real quick. There we go. Unfortunately, as far as I know, there's no slide in this. Oh yeah, I was talking about modes earlier. There's a speedrun mode, There's a boss revenge mode where you get to be the bosses and play the game like that. There's a roguelike mode. There's a classic mode where basically it turns this into like a normal sort of Castlevania game. So you don't level up and stuff. See, this is cool. What a way to kick it off. Now this hall is kind of interesting for Kickstarter backers. Now for people who know better, this is like Symphony Knight's first like big hall. Also in the background, you'll notice there's portraits on the wall. There was a tier for the Kickstarter where you could get a portrait of you put into the game, and this is one of the areas where they do that. So the people you see on the wall, I mean, some of them might be like original works, but others are Kickstarters. Ow! Ow! Well, I done screwed the pooch on that one. Ow! Okay, time to heal. Stop being goofy. Bad ghost, go away. And yes, you could also get your pets put into it. I think the portraits are supposed to be backers, but I guess one of the backers might have said, just put my pet in instead. But there was also a tier where you could send in pictures of your pets, and they would like try to make them into monsters in the game. So that was another neat thing. Like, for what it is, it's a really gorgeous looking game. And I thought a really cool thing they did was there was a lot of complaints about how the original demo looked. They said, you know, it looks muddy, you know, it's like, is this really what we pay for, blah, 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 blah. They actually did a video about that where they showed gameplay, and they were showing like a bunch of the YouTube comments and stuff like that. And after they show all those comments, it shows Iga at the end of his long table just doing his little, you know, wine sipping thing. And he throws it on the ground and says, "I'll show them," or whatever. And then it shows footage of the old version versus the new version they had worked on, and there was a massive difference. I would have been okay with it as it was before, because I wasn't expecting like something like, you know, freaking major. But I mean, they put a lot of work into this to make it look so much better. Yeah, I thought that video was actually really cool. Hello? Oi.
It can't be.
Alfred?
Why are you here, Johannes? That fool of an apprentice should have stayed out of this.
You have a lot to explain for. After all the terrible things you've done?
All that is in the past. I'll not be defending my actions to you.
Don't I deserve it? You were like a father to me.
Well, enough, child. I am here for the book. Jeeble has the book.
What are you talking about?
If you don't already know, then let us keep it that way.
Alfred, how are you still alive?
What were you thinking in coming here?
You can answer my question first.
All that matters is that I am alive. Did you come here for the book?
Book? The Liber Logaeth?
Make no mistake. I won't let anyone touch that tome but me.
Not even you should touch it. Didn't what happened 10 years ago teach you anything?
I don't have time to argue with you. I just hope you are wise enough not to get in my way. You know full well my power exceeds yours. Take Miriam and leave this place.
Dude,
Otherwise,
bruh.
you will die.
Bye.
I came here because something didn't feel right. But I didn't expect him.
Nobody expects
Johannes,
Albert.
What is the Liber Logaeth?
It's
Or
a
Alfred,
book the Alchemy
whatever.
Guild once possessed that allows for the
A botch.
summoning of spirits. The Guild used it to bring about the calamity 10 years ago. And the Shardbinder's crystal acted as a kind of catalyst.
A book like that shouldn't even exist.
I know. Alfred must be trying to restore the Alchemy Guild to power. But we cannot let him lay hands on the Liber Logaeth.
Oh, he said Jeeble had it. You know, I think I might have seen it.
That little bit at the beginning, was that a botched voice lining and there was like, yeah, just roll with it. It's just the beta, it's
It
fine.
makes sense, considering the situation we're in. He must have gotten his hands on it after surviving the sacrifice.
So now I have to stop Alfred too.
No, let's focus on Jeeble. If we can get to him and the book before Alfred does, we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Good point. All right.
Dominique might know what to do about Alfred in the meantime. I'll head back to the village and see what she has to say.
Nah, it's just a beta. About a year ago, $60 backers and up got this, which was they got a demo first, and then they got a beta demo, which was a decent bit bigger in scope. It's not super long, but I mean, you know, it gives you a good idea of what to expect in the game. The proper game doesn't come out until a week from now. Bad dog. Arr? Can't go that way. Some got their game early. It's possible. Do you mean like they can actually play it yet, or they just went ahead and got their keys ready? Because I could see that, but I mean, then again, there was a lot of people who got Persona Q2 like a month or 2 early, like I did. Well, go away, Sabnock. Piece of crap. Yeah, that's such a pretty background. And this is your new area of transition. You know what? Actually, I will cut this up into another part. Just like YouTube.